Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for November 29th, 2024. Happy Black Friday for the lower 48 United States, as well as those who are abroad. We're going to look at the current temperatures, and then we're going to get into the tropics, and we're going to get into the hazards that we're going to be experiencing here. Right now, you're looking at the temperature profile right now, and you can see a cold front has invaded up north, providing Arctic air coming down from Canada into the Dakotas, Minnesota, Minneapolis, the Twin Cities, and the Chicago and the Great Lakes over to Cleveland. Heavy snowfall is expected in the Great Lakes region. Snowfall could be measured in the feet from Erie, Pennsylvania to southern New York, western New York, just south of the Turnpike there, New York State Thruway, and Buffalo, just south of there, where there's lake effect bands set up across Lake Ontario there. It's going to provide Lake Erie. Those are going to provide heavy snowfall bands in there. So be careful, even spreading down into the Appalachians, the central Appalachians, up in the highlands of West Virginia, Laurel Highlands as well, and down to North Carolina, western North Carolina. And it's going to be just cool in general all throughout the east here. High temperatures will range from the 40s high for highs in New England all the way to the 50s down to the Gulf Coast for highs. And even Miami will get into the cold air coming up later on this weekend and into Monday for morning lows only in the 50s down there. Out west, into Mountain West, the snow continues in Steamboat Springs up into Vail, Breckenridge, Summit County, passes, Loveland passes over to Utah as well. Snow continues in the Intermountain West, but otherwise beautiful out in the Southwest and in California and Texas as well, in the Sun Belt, down through the Mid-Mississippi Valley. Temperatures are great. Now, the setup for tomorrow is going to be the snow showers and the heavy snow in the Great Lakes there from travel on Erie, Ashtabula, Cleveland, southern New York, Hamburg, New York, up to the Watertown, Tug Hill Plateau area, and then into Ontario, Canada as well. Heavy snow experiences north of Barrie, Ontario, and up into Kitchener and Sudbury, Ontario. And then over toward the UP of Michigan, snow was up there. Marquette, Houghton, the typical favorite areas here, north of the Sault Ste. Marie there, and Cadillac, Michigan there. Snow continues, heavy snow continues, but snow showers will continue all up and down those Great Lakes corridors from Grand Rapids, Benton Harbor, St. Joe, all the way up to Ludington, Michigan, over toward the Mitten of Michigan, and then up back over towards Wisconsin, Iron Mountain, and then over toward the International Falls border there. Alberta Clipper will continue to provide snow showers into North Dakota and South Dakota as well. And then snow showers, lake effect snow showers will sometimes seep into the Ohio Valley as well. So be careful. Again, if you're coming across 75 there through Lexington, Kentucky, down to Cincinnati, Dayton, West Virginia, Charleston, and all those areas too. And then that is what we're going to have going on Saturday, tomorrow. But for today, the setup right here, we had those snow showers as I mentioned. And then we also had the rain showers, scattered rain showers continuing. No thunderstorms, but scattered rain showers continuing for southern Georgia. So we're coming south along 75 past Macon down towards Albany and back toward Valdosta into the Panhandle of Florida, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Orlando, some of the theme parks in Tampa, Orlando, between the I-4 corridor there. Rain showers will continue back towards New Orleans, Biloxi, and over towards Pensacola and Mobile as well. Clear elsewhere. Trade travel conditions today, if you're heading back west or you're heading back south or northwest. It'll be great conditions there for the most part there with typical fall, wintertime conditions experiencing. Now, looking at the water vapor, you can see here we have this tight gradient here with dry air in between, sandwiched in between here right now. Dry air down to the south in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, and down into Cuba. Heavy dry air in the western Caribbean Sea from Jamaica, Cayman Islands, into Belize, and into the Yucatan Peninsula, Honduras, Nicaragua. Dry air is there, and that's why we won't see any development. The next name on the list is hurricane. It could be considered Tony on the list. We have not experienced Tony. The hurricane season ends tomorrow, actually, officially November 30th. Now, we can't get activity outside of that, outside the hurricane season from June 1st to November 30th, but right now it's not likely anything is going to be developing in the next 6-7 days. You can see the tropical precipitable water is all in that Caribbean zone is where we have that moisture, deep moisture content and deep heat content for now, and that's over in that pocket there in the southwest Caribbean Sea. Now, hazards, like I said, once again, it's going to be freeze warnings, hard freeze and winter storm freeze watches and freeze warnings in purples here, and the warnings are in purple here, and the watches are in blue here. So this is all for the Mid-Mississippi Valley from Greenville, Mississippi, down through Jackson, Tupelo, Greenville, Jackson, Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi, Baton Rouge, Alexandria, New Orleans, just north of New Orleans, the parishes there, and up towards Shreveport, Oral City, those areas, and then over towards southern Alabama, from Evergreen, Alabama, back towards the Panhandle of Florida from Pensacola, Crestview, Destin, Defuniak Springs, Mariana, back up toward Lake Seminole and Blakely, Georgia, any of those areas there, Albany, southern Georgia, Tifton, Bainbridge, Thomasville, those areas there, and over up toward the river there, Savannah River. So Savannah River, and those counties in South Carolina as well, Ridgeland, Bluffton, Beaufort, Charleston, North Myrtle Beach, and then to North Carolina, Jacksonville, Naval Station, Wilmington, and those areas, Waccamaw, Lake Waccamaw, and those areas too, will be under a freeze warning, freeze watch. So make sure you leave the pipes dripping outside so don't freeze over and burst as we experience a current hard freeze, our first hard freeze almost of the year for that area in the deep south. Now, up north, of course, we had those purple winter weather advisories off Lake Michigan there. So if you're in Berrien County, Grand Rapids, Ludington, Cadillac up 131 there, Sault Ste. Marie, Houghton, Marquette, over toward Iron Mountain. Make sure you take precautions of that. And also a little sliver of northern Pennsylvania here, east of Bedford and Oral City, and then in the Adirondacks of New York, upstate. And then also out west, we have fog warnings for the valley there. Dense fog advisories for the central San Joaquin Valley, just north of Fresno and Bakersfield on the 99, be careful. And also Big Sky Country, Montana, just north of Cut Bank and Harvard. And then out toward eastern valleys there, the eastern valleys of Walla Walla, Washington. Be very careful there. So that's what we have going on here. Thank you for listening. This has been your What the Guru podcast. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you soon. God bless.